It is a fine Friday here in Pound Town. We had NFL football last night.
We sure did.
Seahawks won, just like I predicted. But it was a good game.
It was.
I mean, Arizona was better than I thought they would be.
Yeah,
I think they are better than I think they are.
Yeah, I mean, they looked like dog shit early,
They
but
really
then
did.
the second half, and specifically the fourth quarter, sort of came alive. And we'll dive into it, the full game in a bit. But, another one of these primetime games where you think it's a blowout and you think it's going to be over, and then the like those old Buffalo Wild Wings commercials that make the call, send it to overtime.
Oh, yeah, push the button.
Uh-huh.
It was literally, they were up 14 with 9.5 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Seattle was. And then Kyler Murray hit the crazy touchdown, which was phenomenal, to Marvin Harrison Jr. And then, Seattle can't put a drive together. They get the ball back. And Cam and I are watching, and he's like, yo, it's cooked. I think I'm going to go to bed. I was like, man, sit down. I was like, dude, if you don't know anything about the NFL, I'm not saying it's scripted. I'm not saying it's, it's deceitful in any way.
Yeah.
But this is going to come down to a last minute drive. It always does.
Always does.
And
Especially on
sure enough, with 30 seconds left, Arizona scores a touchdown to tie the game. And Cam and I Cam's like, oh, overtime's going to be lit. And we needed overtime because they just forgot that Jackson Smith-Njigba was on the Seahawks team for the first three quarters.
I was watching that game, just getting so pissed because I lost a fantasy matchup last weekend on Sunday Night Football because Malik Neighbors, same thing. No targets, no catches the first half. And I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding me. Here we go. Jackson Smith-Njigba, another primetime game and another star receiver that just doesn't get targeted. He had no targets in the first half.
None. But anyways, we certainly will discuss it. But banger game. Great game last night. And it was a fun game to watch, no doubt. Now the Seahawks are 3-1, and they look pretty fucking good now.
Yeah, and Sam Darnold's starting to answer those questions that me and you and kind of the rest of the football world had about whether or not he could continue that success from last year in Minnesota and carry that over with him to Seattle. And man, I'm watching him last night, and I'm like, I see the vision now. It's crazy.
In a world where I have, as much as anyone, talked about Matt Rule in Carolina not having a quarterback. I mean, Sam Darnold looked pretty fucking good. Baker Mayfield looks pretty fucking good.
I know those Carolina fans. I mean, you got to be so pissed off right now watching what those two are doing right now and seeing your current scenario. Now, I know Bryce Young has kind of shown flashes in the last few weeks, so we don't know what his future holds yet. But oh man, it's just crazy. The two retread quarterbacks, man, balling out. But
let's get it started. We're already talking football.
Yeah,
got ahead of ourselves. Get your super chats in. It is a super chat Friday, so get those super chats in to drive the end of the show.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to go to the gym, so I'd really appreciate you making this a long show.
Hell yeah!
As many super chats as you can send in, so I don't have to go to the gym. That would be awesome.
That's the goal.
Let's get
the goal
it going
here today on Pound Town.
The goal here today is not to have a good show, not to do good numbers, just for me not to go to the gym. So help me out. All right, let's get it going. Lukey, let them know what time it is, Bubba. It is. They need to level up.
I think we have some freaks in Menace Army.
I'm okay with that. Go watch the fucking film. But I appreciate you for riding with us, Menace Army. Menace out. Let's get to the show.
Let's get to it. Yeah, I guess we'll kind of fully dive into last night's game. Another wild ending, like we mentioned. Both kind of offenses really didn't look the part, or I guess wasn't what I expected right early on. Jackson Smith-Njigba is not getting any targets. The Cardinals offense looked completely out of whack. I mean, I'm watching that first half. I go to my roommate. I'm like, Marvin Harrison's washed.
Yeah.
He was like, he's not washed. It's his second year. I said, I don't know, dude. When I saw him drop that, slant route and basically gift it right to Seattle, I was like, this is over. He has the yips or something. It's cooked for Marv. I literally didn't know what I was watching at that point.
Yeah. I mean, it's been pretty bad, the Marv experience. And I was on Twitter last night tweeting about it, and the absolute retarded fucking people, I guess, in any fan base, but certainly in the Buckeye fan base, they're hilarious. Like, everything I'm seeing from Marv, I saw in college. Like, the route he quit on just stopped because he was covered. He was frustrated, covered, stopped, turned into an interception. Well, guess what? I saw that in the Michigan game. The lack of effort after the interception. Saw that in the Michigan game. Oh, he got covered like a glove, 90% of routes. Saw that his entire college career. Now, what's new, and I did not see coming, was in college, he never got open, never had separation, which is a major red flag, but his ball skills were insane. What happened to that? I mean, he's dropping balls like I've never seen.
Yeah. But I will give him his flowers, though. He rebounded because I think everyone in the world was so out on Marv after that first half. But he came out and balled out in the second half. And I do want to give him his flowers. He had that really nice touchdown grab.
Yeah, the touchdown catch was what you expect more of from him, honestly. Like, that's what the expectation was when you drafted Marvin Harrison Jr.
100%. You could tell, I think there was some sort of sense of relief, right? After that touchdown, he, got down on a knee and looked like it was like, wow, all right, I'm still, this is what I'm capable of. This is what I'm here to do. Yeah. And he had that nice back shoulder grab on the game tying drive for Arizona late in the fourth during that 2-minute offense. So it was nice to watch. And then on the other side, you had Jackson Smith-Njigba, who had 0 fucking targets in the first half, driving me crazy and my fucking parlay crazy. And then you have, him kind of coming alive late. And he had some money catches too, including the great catch, with less than 20 seconds left and the wherewithal to dive and get out of bounds to preserve that timeout for Seattle in order for them to kick the game-winning field goal.
It was, that was a hell of a play and a hell of a job getting out of bounds. But it's just such a fucking wild league. Like, you just knew. You knew. When the Cardinals tied it up and there was 30 seconds on the clock, you're like, oh, fuck. They're going to kick a field goal to win it, huh? It's just wild.
It's the old saying, when I was growing up playing Madden with my friends, whenever someone would score a touchdown, to take the lead with like anything between like 30 seconds to a minute, everyone would always go, oh, too much time. And I swear it's true now more than ever. And the biggest thing is the new kickoff rules. And now last night, Arizona fucked themselves by not hitting it in the landing zone.
Yeah.
Seattle started on the 40.
Yeah.
You literally need 25 yards to get into field goal range.
Oh, and the minute that happened, it was like, oh, this is, I mean, might as well kick the field goal now. Yeah. I mean, you're damn near in field goal range. Mm-hmm. But how can you not kick it in the, whatever it's called, the return zone?
Yeah. Landing zone, I think is what it is.
You have one job.
And I mean, it's not like it's you got 20 yards.
It's not like it's like put it inside the 5.
Yeah.
I mean, you have 20 yards.
Absolutely.
Like 53. Brutal. I don't know I'll do the math real quick. I think that's like 1,000 square yards.
Yeah. Yeah. Brutal way for
them. Lost them the game.
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, I'm not going to fault Arizona's defense for giving up that, last drive. I mean, JSN with a great catch and then the wherewithal to get out of bounds. Like, they did their job in the fourth quarter. They got stops when they needed to, forced the missed field goal attempt. And then Jason Myers comes back and still, it was still a 52-yarder. It wasn't a chip shot, but with the NFL and these guys, and their legs.
Oh, and he almost missed it. That bitch was wobbling.
Oh, it was wobbling.
I
thought he was going to hook, and I was really hoping for overtime.
What? I needed it in the worst way. I had JSN in I had 3 parlays, and I one of them I did take his over receiving yards, like his actual line, but I altered everything else down to like 60 yards.
Oh yeah. And I think what he ended with 72, I want to say, or 70 something. So he cleared a lot of those alt lines.
He cleared my alt lines one, but not he didn't get the 85.5 or
just brutal. Literally, if he has 2 to 3 catches in the first half, he clears it with ease.
Yeah.
But shout out JSN. I saw a stat this morning. It's now he's now over 400 yards receiving for the year through 4 games. The last 2 years, the number of games it took him to get to 400 receiving yards, it was 11 in his rookie year and 9 last year. So, we're just seeing how much of an impact he's having now that he's the true wide receiver 1 in this offense. It's fun to watch.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I do want to talk about it because you already brought it up in the intro. Carolina, man, you're talking about a quarterback room now because Sam Darnold looked great last night.
Yeah.
He made a bunch of throws, dotting guys up, and you finally were watching him, and I'm sitting there thinking, all right, yeah, this is the top 5 talent that everyone saw that just never came to fruition in New York and in Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
And then we saw flashes of it last year, but you're left wondering, all right, was that just because it was Justin Jefferson?
Yeah, absolutely.
But you're seeing it now in Seattle. And I mean, we saw it last night. He was throwing to everyone but JSN. So you can't just credit JSN with it.
Yeah, you can't say it was JSN that made him look good.
Yeah. He was throwing it to AJ Barner and Jake Bobo and guys I've never even heard of. But yeah, are you a believer in Sam Darnold now, like you are Baker Mayfield?
I mean, it's tough to argue with his success, right? Like he was really good in Minnesota, and now just look at what Minnesota looks like without him. I mean, that's part of the equation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like Minnesota was had the second best record in the NFC last year. Their offense was cooking, like phenomenal. He had a great year, and a lot of people will point to the weapons that were around him as the reason why. Well, guess what? He left. I think he's maybe not equally weaponed up in Seattle, but I mean, he's got a great run game with Kenneth Walker and Zach Charbonnet. JSN is a phenomenal wide receiver one. He's got plenty of weapons.
Cooper Kupp. I mean, he's not as effective as he once was. But
no, but I mean, that's a great little possession receiver. So he still has the weaponry, and Seattle looks like Minnesota did last year. You know who doesn't look like Minnesota last year? Minnesota. They don't even look like the same team.
Yeah.
So at this point, it's tough not to give him his flowers and give him credit, I would say.
Yeah, you got to be kicking yourself too if you're Minnesota. But I mean, like, this is also kind of what they asked for, right? You drafted J.J. McCarthy 2 drafts ago, knowing that he was your quarterback of the future. So Darnold last year, I mean, regardless of how he did, he was never a part of the future there. But I mean, the way he started this year, Minnesota absolutely has to be kicking themselves the way that they've looked through a couple weeks now.
Absolutely.
The NFC West is turning out to be, it's going to come down to the wire. I think this division, you've got San Francisco currently undefeated at 3-0. You've got the Rams and the Rams at 2-1, the Seahawks now at 3-1, and the Cardinals at 2-2. So all teams at 500 or better. How do you see this division shaking up? Or I guess how do you anticipate this division going from top to bottom by the end of the year? Who are you buying and who are you selling right now in that division?
Oh God. I'm buying Seattle right now.
Okay.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
And I think I have been all year. I mean, getting rid of DK, I thought was I'm not going to say a smart move, but it was one of those where, all right, JSN is ready to be a wide receiver 1. I'm great with this.
Almost like a necessary move.
And like, don't get me wrong. I think they would be better equipped if they had both, but I think JSN was ready to assume that dominant wide receiver 1 role.
Yeah. Right.
And so I think by subtraction, they've allowed JSN to kind of blossom. And so I don't want to say gotten better, but he has gotten better. And I think it was a good move, with hindsight being 2020.
Yeah. 100%.
I still think the 49ers are a good team. I'm not a Brock Purdy believer by any stretch of the imagination, but I think this is one of the toughest divisions in football.
Yeah.
I mean, that Arizona Cardinals team that we watch that's not a bad football team, and they're probably going to finish last in the division.
Yeah.
And like, you just look at other divisions, like the NFC East has the Giants, the NFC North has the Bears, the NFC South has the Saints.
I'll say put the Cardinals in the NFC South, and they're probably the second best team in that division.
Without a doubt.
I mean, I think they're better than Atlanta, Carolina, and New Orleans without question.
Without a doubt. And that's probably the worst division in football.
Yeah.
But every division, the AFC East has the Jets and the Dolphins, right? Yeah. The AFC North has our Browns.
Hey, and the Bengals without Joe Burrow.
I mean, they're 2-1. It's hard to tout them as one of the worst teams in the NFL. But I mean, honestly, like the AFC North and then probably the NFC West are the toughest divisions in football. I mean, and the NFC West and the NFC North.
Yeah.
It's just, but at least the Bears are in the NFC North.
Yeah, exactly. Honestly, I think the North divisions and the West divisions in each conference are collectively the 4 best divisions, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the AFC West is going to be a banger too, presuming the Chiefs kind of figure it out.
Yeah, I still think the Raiders are ass, but yeah.
But all right, Zach, I do want to get a commercial break and then and keep the show rolling after the break.
That sounds good. We'll get a quick break in. We only have 250 people in here. I need you to like the video. If you're on Twitter, hit retweet. Let's get some people in here. Make this a fun little Friday morning show.
Yeah, it's a Super Chat Friday. Get your Super Chats in. And we're going to break down the Browns-Lions matchup this weekend. And we're going to get
do we have to?
Oh, we do. Come on. Don't you want another Victory Monday? Wasn't that so fucking awesome this week?
Yes, but I'm just honest. I'm not delusional like you. I need to
get delusion. Fridays are for delusion, my friend.
I hope I can get there. Maybe this commercial break will get me there.
There we go.
Browns are going to upset the Lions. Do you agree? Yes or no in the comments. Just give me a score prediction for the Browns game this weekend. Down below in the comments, let me know who's going to win. What's the final score? Curious your thoughts. We'll be right back after this. All right, guys. I know you've heard of Viagra or Cialis. Maybe you've even tried them. If you're looking for something beyond the usual pill, meet Rugi It Ready. Other companies rely on similar ingredients to support blood flow, but Rugi It Ready is a next-gen prescription treatment designed to help amplify arousal in the brain and increase blood flow. If the usual pills aren't doing the trick or you want something better, Rugi It Ready is your answer. 3-in-1 formula dissolves under your tongue to absorb fast, so you'll be ready in just 15 minutes on average, not hours, and effects can last up to 36 hours. That means you can stay confident, present, and in control when the moment's right. 150,000 dudes have made the switch, and you can read their customer reviews right on the website. Getting started is simple. Rugi It connects you with a board-certified doctor 100% online, and if prescribed, your treatment ships quickly to your door. Connect with your provider at rugiit.com/menace to see if a Rugi It Ready prescription is right for you. You can use code MENACE to get 15% off today. That's rugiet.com/menace. Use promo code MENACE to get 15% off. Individual results may vary with prescription treatment. Compounded drugs are permitted to be prescribed under federal law, but are not FDA approved and do not undergo FDA safety, effectiveness, or manufacturing review. Please visit the Rugi It website for full safety information. Did you know that more people now consume cannabis than alcohol? Maybe it's because there's no hangover. You don't have to deal with the impact alcohol is on your body. But whatever the reason, Cornbread Hemp just launched these incredible THC seltzers that I highly encourage you check out. It's a seltzer that tastes and feels amazing. It's perfect for summer and fall and football season. It's a low-calorie drink, only 30 calories and 5 grams of sugar, made with pure THC and all natural ingredients. No synthetics. It's the real deal. Each can has 5 milligrams of THC, which is the perfect amount so you don't become a zombie. It just takes the edge off, and you can drink at your own pace to get the feeling you desire. Blueberry Breeze is my favorite flavor. They also have peach iced tea, raspberry limeade is gas, and salted watermelon is phenomenal. I highly encourage you check it out. Right now, Menace to Sports listeners can save 30% off their first order and enjoy free shipping on orders over $75. Head to cornbreadhemp.com/menace and use code MENACE at checkout. That's cornbreadhemp.com/menace. Code MENACE, Cornbread Hemp. This is the good life. It is the good life. I ate 2 gummies last night.
Oh, shit.
I ate one. About an hour later, it hit me. I was like, I could go a little higher.
Can you take me higher?
Cornbread Hemp can.
Yeah.
I can promise you that.
There it is. All right, Zach. I found this graph pretty interesting. Fox NFL posted this yesterday. Playoff percentages. So this is since 1990, what your record is through 4 weeks and the percentage of teams with that record that ended up making the playoffs. And there's some pretty big, I guess jumps in terms of where your record is. So like last night, you had both teams coming in at 2-1. The Cardinals lost, dropping to 2-2. The number of, the percentage of teams that have made the playoffs starting 2-2 since 1990 is 37.3%. Meanwhile, the Seahawks, who won and jumped to 3-1, percentage of teams that made the playoffs since 1990, 65.5%. So almost double the odds or double the percent chance to make the playoffs just by going 3-1 versus 2-2.
Yeah.
And likewise, the difference between 2-2 and 1-3, you have a 13.9% chance to make the playoffs at a 1-3 start. And then that, again, almost more than doubles to a 37.3% chance at 2-2. So shout out the Browns, man. They're going to need to get that win to, I guess,
triple their
feel
odds,
good.
right?
Yeah, triple their odds.
If the
really.
Browns drop the game to the Lions, which they're predicted to, they'll drop to 1-3. That gives them a 13% chance to make the playoffs. If they find a way to win, 13% turns into 37%.
Yeah.
So it almost triples the odds that they make the playoffs.
Exactly.
Which is such bullshit because they should be 2-1.
I know.
So we should be talking about worst case, we have a 37% chance to make the playoffs.
Yeah, that's like so frustrating. But again, it's over and done with. I'm over it.
I'm not over it.
I'm getting there slowly but surely. I'm choosing to ride the high. That is, what the Browns did this past weekend against.
The only way I'm going to get over it is if we lose this game, lose the next one, and it's like, okay, we can't make the playoffs. I'm so glad we lost that game to the Bengals because now our draft pick is going to be better because of that fucking kicker. Schmidt might get a statue from me.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I don't know. I'm still holding on hope. But just thought that was a pretty interesting note.
No, it definitely is.
Yeah, so we'll see. This is going to be a big swing week for a lot of teams. One of those teams, Daniel Jones, his Colts are 3-0. If they go 4-0, their percent chance to make the playoffs jumps up to 84.5%.
Can you imagine being like Gorky and the boys, being a Colts fan right now?
It's got to be one of the. I'm trying to think of another time in recent NFL history. I'm thinking maybe Baker's first year in Tampa, right? You're coming. See that's even different because you just had a Super Bowl 2 years ago with Tom Brady.
Dude, this is one of the worst teams in the NFL that made a horrendous offseason move. And that's in quotations. Like at the time, everyone, including Colts fans, were like, are you fucking kidding? Daniel Jones? And just the expectation was they're going to be awful this year by everyone. Colts fans, non-Colts fans. And then they come out and Daniel Jones looks like a top 10 quarterback. They're sitting at 3-0. You're like, wait, no one saw this coming.
No one.
I don't even think Jim Irsay saw it coming. I don't think anyone was like, we got it fixed.
Yeah.
This is gonna work.
Nobody. They're sitting there in Indy right now going absolutely crazy. And now they've got a true test on Sunday against the Rams, who are 2-1, one of the best teams in the league. Should be 3-0 if not for blowing a big second half lead last week to Philly on the road. But Daniel Jones this year, it's been crazy what he's done. If you look at his start to the season through 3 games compared to last year, he has 216 more passing yards, 1 less passing touchdown, but 3 more rushing touchdowns. He hasn't turned the ball over yet, which is crazy.
Daniel Jones,
who was notorious for turnovers in New York, hasn't turned the ball over yet. He had 2 turnovers through the first 3 weeks last year. And then obviously the team being 3-0 and last year, him being 1-2 through his first 3 starts with the Giants. Zach, on a scale of 1 to 10, how strongly do you believe that Daniel Jones can keep this level of play up for Indianapolis?
I mean, if you watch Daniel Jones' career, it's impossible for you not to look at this and say it's fool's gold. Now, I'm not saying it is. He might just continue to keep balling because he's done it for 3 games. I thought after 1 game, I'm like, yeah, that was a fluke.
Yeah.
Then 2 games, you're like, how do you get lucky twice? And 3 games, you're like, what is going on? You start questioning everything you know about reality.
Yeah.
So it definitely could continue, but it's hard to get over what you watched for his entire career. I just don't, I'm trying to get into a mental space where Daniel Jones is a good quarterback, but his entire existence in the NFL, he's been ass. So it's hard to flip that script.
Yeah. I'm trying to find someone had it was Tyrese Halliburton during the playoffs when he hit game winner after game winner each round of the playoffs. And one of the reporters after the shot in the final, she go, 1 time could be luck, 2 times, 2 times is a skill, 3 times is a habit. And they're like, what's the 4th time? Or whatever. So it's like, that's how I feel watching this Daniel Jones run. It's like, all right, 1st time is luck. 2nd time, all right, maybe there's some skill. 3rd time's the habit. If he goes out and balls out again today, this weekend, I think I'm fully convinced that maybe this is sustainable because he's doing it against a Rams defense on the road. Shit, sign me up. I'll hop on board the Colts trade because it's kind of fun to watch. And I feel like this is a team, aside from Giants fans, that everyone can kind of, feel good about, right? They're the feel-good story of the NFL this year.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's things that you could never predicted. Just the Colts would be 3-0.
Yeah.
Wow.
Absolutely crazy. All right, Zach, I do want to dive into the week 4 slate as a whole. Bunch of banger matchups all weekend long. First off, I want you to give me a 3-team money line parlay.
Oh boy, a
3-legger. We're going to lock in and let's even cash out.
I mean, it's going to be heavily juiced, but Bills money line over the Saints. We'll take that for sure.
We should make that ineligible.
No, fuck that. It's eligible.
All right. Fine.
Chargers money line over the Giants.
Okay. Oh, you don't believe in Jackson Dart?
No, absolutely not. I want to stick with the 1:00 games. I don't like parlays lasting all day.
What? That's the fun of it. Make you sweat all day.
Fuck no. I'd rather hit that parlay at 1 and have money to bet on the night games.
Okay.
Nah, I don't like a lot of those. All right, we'll go 49ers money line over Jacksonville. That's my 3-legger.
Ooh, okay. All right, 3-legger plus 125 odds. So you get it to plus money.
I don't love that. A 3-leg parlay with a little bit better than even odds.
I mean, that means that it's due to hit. I mean, really, the Bills and Chargers are heavy favorites.
Yeah.
Chargers are favored by 6.5 on the road. Bills 15.5-point favorites against the Saints. I mean, that game should be an absolute bloodbath. I don't see any world in which the Saints keep it close at all. I mean, this is a Saints team that's been blown out by every team they've played so far. So yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with that. The Niners, I don't know. So Brock Purdy is questionable for that game. I saw Kyle Shanahan say he's still, I guess they're still weighing their options there. If he plays, I definitely like the Niners. I
mean, and that's a 4:00 game. If you want to stick to 1:00, I have to imagine the Texans get their first win against the Titans at home, right?
Okay.
So if you sub out the 49ers for the Texans, what do you got?
Ooh, it's going to be real juicy. That's minus 128.
Jesus, the 3-leg parlay is still minus odds.
Yeah, well, because the Bills.
I understand why.
Take the Bills out of there.
Well, it doesn't make the odds better.
Sure, it will. If you, I mean, I meant swap the Bills with someone.
Okay, I was like, no, it won't.
Yeah,
dropping it to a 2-leg parlay does not make the odds better.
Yeah, I think if I'm going to parlay,
Chargers, Texans, Lions.
No, you can't do that.
I knew you'd do that.
Not allowed. All right, my parlay. I'm going to go Texans. I think they absolutely find a way to win this game. There's no way they start 0-4. I'm hopeful that Stroud is hearing all this noise, right, and he's cognizant of what's going on, and he's going to come out and ball out. Against the Titans defense. It's looked, I guess, semi-decent through a couple weeks. But I'm going to go Texans. I'm going to go Commanders on the road against the Falcons. I'm not a believer in the Falcons at all. They just got boat raced by the Panthers. Michael Penix looks terrible. I know that Jaden Daniels isn't healthy, and, you know, their offense has kind of been out of whack so far. But I like the Commanders overall. I believe that they'll, keep the ball from turning the ball over. Marcus Mariota has done a good job filling in for Jaden Daniels. So I like the Commanders there. And then I'm going to go with, for the 3rd leg. Oh man, this is kind of tough, but I think I'm going to go Steelers over Vikings. I think Aaron Rodgers gets it done overseas. The Vikings are a mess right now. I'm surprised the Steelers are plus money right there. So there's my 3-leg parlay: Texans, Commanders, Steelers.
I like it.
And now,
all right, build me an early slate all game parlay. You ready? I'll ride the Steelers.
Okay.
We'll go Commanders, Bills, Chargers, Texans, Lions.
Bills, Chargers, Texans, Lions,
Patriots.
Okay.
And then who we picking in the Eagles-Buccaneers game?
Oh, come on. We're taking the dog of the week, baby.
All right, throw Tampa Bay in there.
All right, so the all early game parlay, 8-legger for plus 3,200 odds.
Woo-hoo. I kind of like that.
I mean, really, it's all favorites plus Tampa Bay and Pittsburgh are the 2 underdogs there.
Yeah.
I guess the Commanders game is a pick 'em. So, hey, there you go.
I like
generational wealth parlay.
That's what we call
that. No, but I mean, seriously, talk to me about your favorite underdog of the week. Because I know I'm biased, but right now I think Tampa Bay at home being an underdog Philly has looked susceptible. I mean, they should have lost last week if not for a crazy fourth quarter comeback against the Rams. I think Tampa Bay absolutely has what it takes to pull off the upset this week. Them at plus 160, I think is great value.
Yeah, I agree. They're probably my underdog of the week.
Yeah, I think the only other ones you can kind of look at.
I mean, Steelers being an underdog is crazy to me. I guess that would probably be my underdog of the week. I didn't even anticipate them being an underdog.
I don't get why
Minnesota's looked fucking atrocious.
I know that one doesn't make sense to me, honestly. It's not like it's not a home game for Pittsburgh. They're considered a home team, but it's in London.
Right.
But yeah, the Vikings have not looked good.
It's in Dublin.
It's in Dublin. Sorry, you're right. This is the Ireland
different
game.
country. Ireland, England.
I know the difference.
One's an island.
Is this the first NFL game in Dublin?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure is. I saw it on Good Morning America this morning.
There we go. Shout out the Irish. The old look of the Irish. Yeah, I mean, the only other I think there's some good value on the Colts are plus 150 as an underdog. The Chiefs, obviously being a home dog against Baltimore, if you think they're going to turn it around, there's some value there. But I think Tampa Bay is my underdog of the week.
Yeah.
My dog pick.
I like it.
All right, Zach. Let's get another commercial break, and then let's start to preview this Browns-Lions matchup.
Oh, yay.
Because we're going back-to-back upsets.
My two teams are playing, and my first team is not.
Yeah, you're in a win-win. You should be happy. Like, regardless of the outcome, you're feeling good.
I mean, yeah, it's true. I guess it's if the Browns are going to lose, I'd like it to be to the Lions.
Yeah, 100%.
I can't find any silver lining to anybody else. All right, we'll be right back after this. Poncho Outdoors. That's the name you need to know. If you're going to be outdoors doing activities, whether it's on a boat, fishing, whatever it is, you got to go over to Poncho Outdoors. Imagine a shirt that feels like your favorite t-shirt is built for the outdoors and still looks sharp enough to go to dinner. That's the magic of Poncho. I don't know what kind of fabric Poncho uses, but it feels so good. These shirts are seriously comfortable, soft right out of the box with just the right amount of built-in stretch. It looks good anywhere. You could go to a nice dinner, be out on a boat, at the pool with some UV protection. It's outstanding. It's free shipping, free returns, free exchanges to make sure you get the fit right. Poncho stands by every shirt, and they'll make it right if it's not your favorite. Bunch of great styles, the original Western, denim, and ultralight. You can get them in shorter long sleeves, regular slim fit, and in a ton of colors and patterns. If you've been looking for the perfect shirt, something breathable, fits, great, feels even better, and stands out in a good way, give Poncho a try. Go to ponchooutdoors.com/menace, and they'll give you $10 off your first order. That's PONCHO outdoors.com/menace for $10 off and free shipping. Go try one out. Time for a little weight loss update. If you haven't been following along, if you just found the show, I started the year at 229 pounds and got down to 191 with Awaken 180 weight loss. It's phenomenal. So obviously I got in much better shape, changed my life, and then it was time to pass it or pay it forward. And so I got my brother signed up for it, Carter, and he started on August 22nd, 1 month ago today. And he just had his 4-week weigh-in on the 18th. And he's down 21.2 pounds. 1 month, over 21 pounds down. It's so easy. They send you 4 out of 5 meals. They give you a list of the foods you can eat for dinner. You have a coach, a personal coach you check in with once a week. They send you a scale. You weigh in. It gets your body fat percentage. It gets your weight. It tests everything, visceral fat, and it sends it all to your coach. And then in your consultation meetings every week, you go over your numbers, what worked, what didn't work, what needs to pivot. It's your personal coach to get you to your weight loss goal. Carter's goal is to be 185. He's down to 203. He hasn't been under 210 pounds in a decade. His goal is to hit 185, and he'll knock that out in less than 2 months. If you want to get energy, change your life, lose that weight, look better when it comes time for the holiday season, there's no better tool to get you there than Awaken 180 weight loss. All you have to do is sign up for a consultation. I'm not asking you to pay for the whole program. Just go sign up for a consultation and meet with them and see if it sounds good to you. I promise you, you're going to sign up. You're going to lose the weight. You're going to love it. And you're probably going to send me an email thanking me because it changed your life. It changed mine. It's changing my brother's. Let it change yours. Go over to awaken180weightloss.com and sign up for a consultation. Hopefully you get my coach, Jenna. She's the GOAT. She's phenomenal. I just checked in with her on Friday. I'm in maintenance, and I've never felt better. I've never looked better. It's just, you got to do it. Go check it out. Sign up for a consultation, and it'll change your life. Awaken180weightloss.com. 199 pounds today. First time in 15 years he's been under 200 pounds.
Oh, shit. Shout out Awaken 180.
Shit works, dude. It works really well.
Shit's magical. It's a cheat code.
It is.
All right, Zach, I got some practice updates from yesterday for the Browns. After Shelby Harris, Mike Hall, and Denzel Ward all missed Wednesday's practice, they all returned and were full participants yesterday.
Perfect attendance.
Perfect attendance.
Give everyone a sticker.
Woohoo. Denzel Ward, who's dealing with toe and shoulder injury, said he'll be at practice for the rest of the week and plans on playing Sunday. The toe injury that occurred against the Packers, Ward said, is good.
He's good.
He's good.
Yeah, we just need him healthy.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about it, that you look at how the Browns have played, and the only game where they didn't look dominant on defense was the Ravens, which I get the Ravens are really good. They have a great offense. Lamar's fantastic. But it was a game where Denzel Ward couldn't play because he was cramping.
Mm-hmm.
And how did Baltimore move the ball? Well, they attacked our secondary without Denzel Ward.
And it was just chunk plays. It wasn't
it wasn't consistent success. It was just hitting some big plays on our fourth corner.
Yeah.
Just
Cam Mitchell.
Yeah, Cam Mitchell sucks. So let's keep him off the field. Then we absolutely need our secondary at full strength for this game. I mean, Detroit's
too many weapons.
Detroit's weaponry is arguably the best in the NFL.
Yeah.
Who has better weapons top to bottom?
I mean, if you look at entire offenses, I think the Ravens are potentially up there. But I mean, their receivers, I don't think stack up.
I mean, not even close, right?
They're not even close to Detroit's.
I mean, you're talking about Amon-Ra, Jameson Williams, wide receiver 1 and 2.
Yeah. Probably Philly. Philly's probably the only offense that can contend with Detroit.
Absolutely.
From a skill position standpoint.
Those are the two.
Those are the two, at least that I can think of off the top of my head.
I mean,
even a fully healthy Bengals, there's a massive drop off at the running back position, but receiver wise and quarterback wise, it's pretty.
Yeah, and I also think Sam Laporta is really fucking good.
Yeah, that's true too.
I mean, I feel like Philly's the other one. That's a great point. Philly and Detroit seem like the best offensive arsenal in the NFL. Is Detroit and Philly.
Yeah. I do want to bring up this. So the Lions offensive coordinator, John Morton, was asked about the Browns run defense yesterday, which ranks first in yards per game. They're allowing 57.3 rushing yards per game. Absolutely insane. But the Lions OC said this yesterday. He said, I don't think they've seen a run game like ours yet. Our front right now, we're moving guys. I don't think they've seen a run game like ours. We have patience. We stick with it. I think that's the biggest thing. We're going to keep doing what we've been doing. We got to do that so we can stay manageable. Are you buying that the Browns haven't seen a rushing game like Detroit, considering they played Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry?
That all sounds good. And don't get me wrong, stylistically, they're different. And I think Detroit's a little bit better up front than the Ravens. But the Browns defense shut down Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson. Yeah. I love what Detroit does. I think David Montgomery might be the best RB2 in the NFL.
Yeah. Oh, without a doubt.
Without a doubt. I mean, the two punch that they have in Detroit is outstanding, but the Browns are ridiculous up front.
It's going to be a fun test, I think, for both teams, right? Because I think that, sure, there is something to be said about maybe the Browns haven't faced a rushing attack like Detroit, although I do think Baltimore's rushing attack, while you said it's different, I think it's basically on par. Lamar and Derrick Henry rushing the ball compared to Gibbs and Montgomery is about the same talent-wise. But I'll double down and say, well, shit, Detroit, you haven't faced a fucking rush defense like ours.
No.
I know David Montgomery popped off on Monday Night Football, and that was against a Ravens defense that has shown that it's got holes. And the Bills torched them week 1, and obviously the Lions torched them this past week. The Browns were able to move the ball on the ground. Fuck, Quinshon, his first game at 6 yards a carry against Baltimore's rush defense. So let's not act like because you balled out last week.
Let's just remember, we suck up front on offense. Our line is not good, specifically the tackles, but our line, if you graded it, is probably a C-.
Yeah.
But we ran the fuck out of the ball against the Ravens. We ran the shit out of the ball against the Packers. Those are two of the teams you played. And guess who the third one is? The Bears. So, let's relax. You haven't seen a defense like this yet.
Yeah.
And you probably won't all year. I mean, it's going to be a struggle bus. And then you get the Bengals next game and you'll be able to run the shit. You'll be able to pound it down their throat like their name's Mia Khalifa.
Oh, Jesus.
Like, but it's going to be different.
Yeah.
Lions fans, it's going to be different.
This is the old unstoppable force versus the immovable object and with that rushing attack for Detroit versus the Browns rush defense. I want to bring up what to kind of switching over gears to the Browns offense. Tommy Rees was fielding questions yesterday after practice. I want to unpack this. When asked about, how to get Joe Flacco and the offense going, Tommy Rees said, "We just got to get Flacco comfortable." What exactly does that mean, and how has he not been made comfortable through 3 weeks so far, Zach?
You ever been to your grandparents' house, Pat?
Mm-hmm.
And your grandpa sits in a recliner in the couch.
Mm-hmm.
Did he ever struggle to get comfortable?
No, he just fucking.
I've never met an old guy who can't get comfortable.
Yeah.
You literally are just comfortable 24/7.
In the lazy boy.
We got to get Joe Flacco. You say that about a young player like Dillon Gabriel. We got to get him comfortable because he's anxious. It's the NFL. It's different. It's the highest level of football. Joe Flacco, why is he not comfortable? He's 40. He's played in the NFL for 30 fucking years.
And also,
like, what? Why is he not comfortable? Because your tackles suck and he might lose a fucking knee? Yeah, that's never going to happen. He's never going to be comfortable.
Yeah. I mean, in terms of play calling and what they're asking him to do offensively, you can't ask for much more, right? He's got one of the lowest average depth of targets in the league. They're not asking him to launch the ball deep. His primary job is to just get the ball, out within 2 seconds to whether it be a tight end or a running back for the most part.
Right.
He's just been inaccurate.
We're not acting. We're not. Let's not act like Tommy Rees is asking Joe Flacco to hold the ball to let plays develop and throw it down the field. Yeah. He's not. Like, how can you make him more comfortable? Like, hey, our tackles suck, so all we're gonna do is screens and quick game so that you don't have to worry about it. I'm comfortable as shit. You could literally, in quick game or screen, on the snap, all 5 linemen could just fall down and Joe Flacco can still get it out. Yeah. Like, I'm not worried about anything. I don't know how you get him more comfortable than he already is or should be.
And you're talking being comfortable. You're now going into a game against a defensive front led by Aiden Hutchinson, who you pulled up the stats earlier this week, has been just as good, if not better, than Myles Garrett through their first, 40-something games?
Whatever it is, at this point in his career.
Yeah. It ain't going to be comfortable because not only that, you lost your starting tackle who was already ass for the season and are now, according to Coach Stefanski, it's going to be a fluid situation on Sunday. You brought in Thayer Munford off of New England's practice squad. You've got KT Leverson kind of rotating in last week. Jack Conklin is still hurt. How in the world do you expect to get him comfortable in that situation?
The same way they've been doing it. Really quick throws. Run the football, really quick throws, and play great defense. That's what the Browns are. And I just don't know how a 40-year-old veteran quarterback is not comfortable right now.
Yeah, I don't know either. But Zach, I have a hot take. Maybe not a hot take, but I think one of two ways it's going to happen. I think we see the switch to presumably Dillon Gabriel in the third quarter this Sunday against Detroit.
Wow. Really?
I think it's going to be one or two ways. Number one, Joe Flacco might get hurt.
Yeah, that's fair.
The tackle situation is abysmal right now. He is a 40-year-old man.
Yes,
Aiden Hutchinson is one shot away from knocking Joe Flacco out of the game at any moment.
Yeah.
So I think that's one scenario. The second scenario is if this game is close and Flacco has a couple turnovers in the first half, or God forbid, just, either a couple turnovers or just isn't completing any passes because we've seen the accuracy issues all year. I think this will be the opportunity in a game against Detroit that could get ugly where we see Dillon Gabriel come in the third quarter. That's my hot take of the week right now.
That's your delusional take of the week, you meant to say.
I don't think it's that delusional.
That's pretty. I mean, not him getting hurt. Obviously, that could happen at any moment, and then we will turn to Dillon Gabriel. But I don't think they're going to bench Joe unless he can't play.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to happen. Not yet. Not yet. A little early.
I think the only reason I'll say this is because it would be an interesting chance to get Gabriel some reps before the schedule really. It's funny because we talked about how much of a gauntlet the early stretch of this schedule was. Now we're about to be 4 weeks in, and I'm looking at the schedule after this week. Shit, the Vikings aren't what we thought they'd be. The Steelers aren't what we thought they'd be. The Dolphins aren't what we thought they'd be. The Patriots and the Jets suck. You have 5 straight, and I don't think this is a delusional take given the state of our defense. You have 5 straight winnable games.
Mm-hmm.
If there's a chance to get a rookie quarterback some action before that stretch, I wouldn't mind seeing Dillon Gabriel play the second half of this weekend.
Yeah, I just don't know. Against this defense with the tackle situation, I don't know that you do that to a rookie.
That's fair. And I do get that aspect of it as well.
Like, just imagine making a switch. Dillon Gabriel goes out there. Now he's holding the ball a little bit longer than Joe because he's not a veteran, doesn't have that experience, and just gets fucking wiped out a couple times. I don't know if I want to sign up for that. I think I'd rather concede this as a loss and let Dillon Gabriel kind of break his glove in against somebody else.
Okay. I guess I would be a little more worried about that if Dillon Gabriel, if we didn't see from Gabriel what we saw in college, right? Like he played quick game, this style of offense where I feel like it might be, it might not be as bad of a transition as we think, given that he's a rookie. But I totally get your reasoning behind that too. I do want to get one more commercial break, Zach, and then finish them out. I want your keys to victory for the Browns on Sunday if they were to pull off an upset, and we will get to your super chats, so get them in while you can.
Get them in. We'll end with your super chats. I just randomly, my parlay popped up that didn't hit last night, and I hammered it, and it was a 4-leg parlay. JSN 60+ hit, Kenneth Walker 40+ hit, Kyler Murray 1+ passing touchdowns hit. I had it profit boosted to plus 300. The only thing that didn't hit was I had an anytime touchdown scorer, but it was a two-way. So one of 2 players, one of them had to score. And it was Kenneth Walker and JSN.
Oh, fuck.
And neither of them, fucking Zach Sharba bitch, was the goal line back.
Brutal.
I'm like, how did that not hit? Yeah. Unreal. But anyways, just wanted to share my pain. That was my parlay that I thought was money. Yeah. You went into that game saying either Kenneth Walker or JSN was going to score.
Literally, I mean, it was surprising too because Kenneth Walker had been the goal line back. He had, I think at one point last week, he had 2 touchdowns and less than 20 yards rushing in that game and that blowout win against the Saints just because he was their goal line back. So
I don't have the analytics, but I would bet that's never happened since the 2 were teammates. I doubt there's been one game where one of them didn't score. Of course, it was last night. Go figure. Kind of like I told Cam. He was like, I might hammer the Marv under. I was like, don't do that. Because the minute you hammer a Marv under, he's going to pop off for 130. Like, don't do that. Don't bet Kenneth Walker or JSN to score. That means it won't happen. That's just my luck. But anyways, fuck gambling. We'll be right back after this. All right, Menace Army, football season is finally back. And I don't know if you bet this past weekend, but it's time to start building that bankroll. And our partner, MyBookie, is here to give you free money to start building it. There's no better way to build it than free money. Right now is the perfect time to get ahead of the curve. College football kicks off officially this weekend, and MyBookie's got national championship odds, Heisman odds, futures, all the lines you want. Your week 1 parlay awaits you. And if you're brand new, you get a little extra juice. Sign up with promo code MENACE and drop in $100, and MyBookie's going to give you $50 free. That's free money. Bankroll immediately is a winner. Week 1, you've already won. The action's heating up. The odds are moving, and this season's shaping up. It'll be a good one already. Don't miss it. Bet big anytime, anywhere with MyBookie. All right, Menace Army, if you're going to do a little gambling, if you're going to put together a parlay, we've got a tool that you absolutely have to download and use. I used it all weekend. Cam and I were looking at it. It's called HOF. Go to the App Store. Download the app right now. It is an incredible analytic tool when it comes to lines and gamblings and stats. The best part about it is they have a parlay optimizer. So you can put together your parlay on HOF, on the HOF app, And then it'll tell you the percentage chance each leg will hit. It'll find the weak leg, and you can get rid of it, adjust, pivot, find a leg that's more likely to hit. And it gives you instant insights, crunches millions of data points in seconds. Whether you're building a same game parlay or picking a money line, let the stats help guide your decision. It's super easy to use. You don't have to have math or statistics skills to use it. HOF is designed to be easy for the everyday sports fan. You can also send plays from HOF directly to your sportsbook app to save time. So it's instant. Trusted by winning bettors. HOF has over 1 million total users and is rated a 4.9 out of 5 stars in the App Store with over 7,000 reviews. It's legit. If you're going to be betting, you got to use it. For a limited time only, our listeners not only get a 7-day free trial, they also get 50% off their first month when they use code MENACE at checkout. Just download the HOF app on iOS or Android, enter code MENACE, and you're all set. So you get a 7-day trial. Download it and check it out. I promise you're going to want to use it the rest of the football season and when it comes to other sports. It's a must-have. Download the HOF app today.
Your camera turned off.
What the hell?
I literally just noticed that. That was so weird. We back?
That never happens.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm upside down. There we go.
There it is. Maybe.
What?
Oh, there we go. You're back. That was weird.
That's literally never happened.
Oh, man. All right. So
fun facts. No, fun facts for you.
Let's go.
I know I told you Marvin Harrison Jr. was overrated when he's coming out of college, and everyone told me I'm a hater and an asshole, and I'm just mad because I lost my job. That's what everyone told me. At this point in the 2025 season, his sophomore year in the NFL, he has run 128 routes. That is the most in the NFL. He's run the most routes in the entire National Football League.
Uh-huh.
And there's 31 receivers who have had 20 targets or more. 31. He is one of them. Of those 31 receivers, he's 26th in wide receiver error rate. Either getting covered, dropping the ball. 26th out of 31. He's 26th in accurate target catch rate. So when the ball is accurately thrown, his catch percentage is 26th out of 31. And he's dead last, 31st in target earned rate.
What is target earned rate?
I have no fucking idea. Like, you earn the target.
Interesting.
I would imagine it's that you're open and you should get targeted. He just doesn't get open.
Okay.
But regardless,
not
one of the worst wide receiver ones in the NFL, based on analytics, not my opinion.
Yeah.
I love Marv. I think he's great. I think he's dominant. The analytics say otherwise.
The analytics don't lie. I really do hope that last night's second half was like a coming out party, so to speak, because he's really been so ass for the first 3 weeks of the year that really 3.5 weeks, because the first half last night was just as abysmal.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Hopefully we see a level up from him, and that'll kind of get him going. But yeah, it's not been pretty over there in Arizona. All right, Zach, I want to ask you, just bear with me, feed into my delusion for a second. If the Browns were to pull off another upset, back-to-back NFC North upsets, shocking the NFL world, what are 3 keys of victory for the Browns on Sunday?
Well, I mean, they're going to have to play. Number one, they're going to have to play their most dominant defensive game to date. Mm-hmm. And statistically, it'll probably look like their worst game defensively, but this offense is the best offense the Browns have faced. So they're going to have to play their best game they've played on defense, which will result in worse or more production than other offenses have had, but it will be significantly lower than what Detroit is used to.
Yeah.
So that's number one. They have to play great defense. They have to establish the run and run the football. And Joe Flacco has to be accurate, or whoever the quarterback is. If you get your wish and Dillon Gabriel comes in, we have to have an accurate quarterback. Like, we can't be dealing with these errant throws, these off-target throws. We need all the yards we can get. If a guy's open in zone coverage, you got to hit him in the chest so he can get yards. He can't be diving to catch the ball. He can't be jumping a 40-inch vertical to catch the ball. That results in almost zero yak 98% of the time. We need every yard we can get that comes from accurate on-time throws and then we got to run the football. The tackle situation's not going to solve itself. It's not going to be better. We just have to play Browns football.
Yeah.
And if we can play great defense, establish the run, and be accurate and on time in the throw game, then there's a chance. If one of those three things doesn't happen, there's no chance.
Yeah. I mean, it's honestly, it's going to be tough sledding for the Browns. But they know what it takes now to win. We've seen what the defense can do. I think, honestly, this is clearly the best offense they've faced to date. Detroit is third in the NFL in yards per game as a team, averaging almost 400 yards per game. If they can keep them to around 300, I think that's a win overall. And I think obviously they're going to have to score points, right? They haven't scored any points. Even their win last week, they had 13 points. 13 points on the road against Detroit is not going to do it. They're going to have to find a way to put up 21 plus in order to have a fighter's chance. And even 21 might not be enough versus this Detroit offense. But what do they say? If you're not hot, you're due, right?
Sure.
Browns offense is due.
I mean, we've scored 16 points, 17 points, and 13 points.
Yeah.
I don't even know if we know what a 2 looks like in the 10s column.
We haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen it yet, and I don't know if it's going to happen this week.
But I think there's some, if there's some hope, it's that Detroit's defense hasn't been great this year.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe this will be the game that gets the offense going. Specifically, I want to point to Terrion Arnold, who's been really bad this year. He's given up the second most yards in the NFL as the nearest defender at 236 yards, according to Next Gen Stats. If there's a game for one of these receivers, whether it be Judy or Tillman, to kind of break out, and for Flacco to have finally fucking a 200-plus passing yard game, maybe even 300 like he did 2 years ago, this feels like the game to do it, right? A game that we're probably going to be trailing for most of the game. Hopefully this is the game that, gets Flacco to heat up. And then maybe my hot take doesn't even come to fruition because Flacco's balling out. So
can you heat up dry ice?
Stick it in the oven?
It just evaporates. It doesn't heat up.
Yeah, true.
Joe Flacco is dry ice. There's no heating up.
Oh,
literally. I think the best we can ask of Joe Flacco is to just not fuck everything up. There's no heating up. Just don't be freezing cold.
Okay, fair enough. All right, Zach, final question. Do the Browns cover? Oh, the spreads actually went up. It was 8.5. It's now 9.5. Are the Browns going to keep this game close, or do you think this is going to be a blowout?
I think this is going to be a blowout. I really do. I wish I could say otherwise. But, I mean, I think this offense is better than Baltimore, and Baltimore got sexual. I don't feel good about this game, and I'm okay with it. I've already conceded it.
Yeah. I do think, call me delusion,
yeah,
until this defense proves me otherwise. I think this defense can keep this team in any game. I think 10 points is a lot to give up in the NFL, especially with what is the number one defense in the league. So I think the Browns actually do keep it close. I could see this being like a 24-14 type of game, 24-17 type of game that Detroit ends up winning. So, but I'm still holding that hope, man. Don't let them take an early lead and get that defense all fired up on the sideline. Give me the ball first, and let's march down Detroit's throat and score.
Oh, yeah, that seems really likely.
Hey, Detroit's defense is not, everything it's cracked up to be. Belisari, thanks to the 5, a resident Detroit fan here. Thanks to the Browns for beating the Packers, but the Lions are avenging the Tigers, and it's going to be belt to ass against Cleveland. 31-0. Book it.
I can see the nothing. I don't believe the 31.
Ain't no way the Lions are scoring 31.
Nah.
Unless like 14 of those points are pick sixes or something like
which
that.
could happen. Then I would believe it.
Happen. And hey, if it's 31-0, you better believe that Dillon Gabriel's getting in that game in the second half.
Absolutely.
Sure.
You better believe I'm gonna walk in here with my JMO jersey on.
Don't be a front runner.
What is it, Lions Den?
Yeah.
We'll change the name to the Lions Den.
New name on Monday. All right, Zach. That's the lone super chat we got today.
Love it. Appreciate it. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy NFL football and college football and high school football. Shout out Dublin Kaufman High School playing my son's team, Liberty, tonight.
Oh,
my alma mater versus Cam's, I guess, maybe eventual alma mater.
Yeah.
His current school.
Would hope so.
Well, we might transfer. Fuck that.
Okay.
There's some shit discussions going on.
So I see.
But anyways, we appreciate you. Menace out.